Kings, 17 wins, 35 points. First in the Pacific for Jim Fox. This is Bob Miller. Thanks for being with us. 3 stars. Here is the 3-star selection.
It's time to announce the Staples 3 stars of the game. Tonight, Staples' 3rd star from your Kings with his 400th career NHL assist. Number 11, Anze Kopitar. The Staples' 2nd star from your Kings with 24 saves. Number 32, Jonathan Quick. And the Staples' 1st star from your Kings with an assist and the game-winning goal. Number 3, Brayden McNabb. Now, please turn your attention to the Kings bench as Brayden McNabb joins Fox Sports West Alex Curry, AC.
Brayden, congrats on completing the homestand suite. You guys have now won 11 of the last 13 here at home. What is it about playing here at Staples Center?
It's awesome. We look forward to every time we play here. We got great fans, so it's good for us to be good at home, and the crowd's been great, and we're feeding off that.
And it was a big game for you. 2 points with a game-winning goal that came just 10 seconds after the Lightning tied it up. How were you able to turn it around that quickly?
We just had to stick with the systems, play a 5-man game in all 3 neutral zones. And, I thought, Quickie obviously had a great game. So when he plays like that, we always have a chance to win.
Congratulations again on the great win and the game-winning goal.
Thank you.
Patrick, back out to you.
Okay, Alex, thanks a lot here with former Kings defenseman Sean O'Donnell. A perfect homestand, 4-0. In fact, 6 consecutive wins here at Staples. And now, Odie, 7-point lead in that Pacific Division.
That's always big. I mean, tonight the big story was the penalty killing and Jonathan Quick. Usually your goalie is your best penalty killer. He didn't make that many great saves, didn't have to on the penalty kill. I thought the guys had a great, when they did the 4-man, they had a great box, and then a triangle a couple of times when they took the 5-on-3 and then the 4-on-3. So penalty killing was great. And I thought 5-on-5, Jonathan Quick made a couple of key saves at key times.
Kings Line's always more fun after a win. Nick Shore expected to join us live. Alex Curry is going to get some reaction from the Kings dressing room. And, of course, we'll hear from the head coach, Daryl Sutter. 4-0 on the homestand. We got Kings Live coming up next. A clean sweep of the homestand and some big wins over some good teams. 3-1 is the final. We got lots of good stuff to talk about. Kings Live, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Starts right now. He started every game in the homestand, and he got every single win. Athletic, all over the ice is Jonathan Quick, and big, timely goals. A 400th assist from a phantom stick from Anze Kopitar. And the Kings go on to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ben Bishop has to come in, Odie, and the Kings were still able to beat a very good goaltender.
They were. I thought Vasilevsky came in. There's the first one I thought was a little bit weak. Second one was through traffic. I think John Cooper maybe wanted to switch it up a little more, the team's momentum, rather than the actual goaltending change. But get back to that one, the first highlight we just saw. That save on Jonathan Quick, where he comes across, keeps the stick down, and saves that one on Garrison. That was a huge time. I think the Kings were up 1-0 at the time, so it was a huge save. And Jonathan Quick, I mean, he's done it time and time again, but these four games on this homestand that the Kings did sweep, he was spectacular in all 4 games.
Sean O'Donnell, Patrick O'Neill here with you. We'll have Alex Curry with the interviews. Nick Shore is going to join us as well. He's been playing very, very well of late, so looking forward to talking to him. But let's go back to Jonathan Quick. I mean, these are back-to-back games, and the game in Columbus, if he's in net, that's 3 and 4 nights. Who knows? But he's having a really, really good season so far.
He really is, and I think Daryl Sutter looked at the game last night in Pittsburgh. It was back-to-back. He doesn't mind going back-to-back with the goalies. When the goalie plays 70, 72 games a year, you have to play in some back-to-backs. But, if he had to make 41, 42 saves last night, maybe he doesn't go with them. But it was an 18-save performance against Pittsburgh. He made some good ones. Didn't have to make a lot of them. There's a lot the same tonight. Not a ton of shots, but when he did have to make a save, he made a great one. So not a huge workload in back-to-back games. The Kings played very well defensively, but again, when the big save needs to be made, 32 seems to make it every single time.
I mean, a 5-on-3 kill, and that changes the momentum. And when you say the Kings are playing good defensively, and Jonathan Quick, maybe we'll hear from him here tonight, he's the first to tell you that. I got to give credit to these guys in front. I mean, yesterday, right, versus Pittsburgh, very few shot attempts, and again here tonight against a very good Tampa team, even though they're struggling to score this year.
It is one of the things that the Kings always do. It's never I when it talks to them. It's always talking about giving credit to other guys, and Jonathan Quick is one of the guys that leads that. Drew Doughty does, a Kopitar, Carter, they all do that. When you want to talk about them individually, they're very uncomfortable, it seems, to talk about, singling themselves out. And it's always, giving thanks to the guys on the team and what they did to make their job easier. And that's why this is such a special group, and they've had the kind of success they've had the last 4 years.
Exactly right. Great leadership in that room. Let's go through the goals, and Andy Andrioff, his second of the season in the first to get the Kings on the board. Maybe John Cooper didn't like this one either.
I thought Andrioff was one of the most effective Kings tonight in the game. Played center quite a bit this year, shifted to the wing. It just seemed like maybe it was that goal early on. Puck was rolling a little bit there. It was kind of handcuffed Brzezowski. But, Andrioff, I thought, was very solid up and down the ice, finishing his checks. The Kings, they got that one goal. You see him going wide on this one here. Puck's rolling a little bit, but hits the net, handcuffs the goalie, and I thought Andy had a heck of a game tonight.
You know who also had a very good game, and Alex talked to him, was Brayden McNabb. Was just really effective all night long.
I thought he was. The Kings had the 1-0 lead early on, started with a power play, and even though this technically was a 5-on-5 goal, it really was a shorthanded goal. The guy just stepped out of the box. Turnover there, and then Boyle with a nice shot. Goes off Drew's stick. I think it goes off the stick a little bit, and then goes over Quick's shoulder. So really Quick didn't have much of a chance on that one.
Former King Brian Boyle with that goal, and here's the 400th assist for Anze Kopitar.
Yeah, mere 12 seconds it took the Kings to take the lead again. Kopitar, I think he threw his stick at that one. No, he didn't. McNabb with one through traffic, and this is the one that got Cooper to change. See, it looked like Vasilevskiy didn't have a whole lot of chance on that one. It went through a couple guys, but didn't like what he saw. Bishop was the net, and the Kings had a 2-1 lead.
They call that a quick hook, don't they? So, hey, you got Ben Bishop in. You talked a lot about McNabb's play and a really nice backhand pass.
As a defenseman, you have to be 100% sure. If you want to make a backhand pass to your own zone, McNabb was, at least I think he was, made a great pass up to Carter, and then Carter with a great pass to Lucic. Lucic does a good job of having to wait at the blue line, but then instead of going right to the net, steps in front of Filppula, establishing position, and Lucic, once you're behind him, he's just too big. You can't get around him, reach behind him. He was able to go with a stick on the ice. Carter hits him, and his 10th of the year.
These guys got streaks going. Lucic, Kopitar, and Carter. Carter points in 6 straight games. Lucic, 6 points in 6 games. And Anze Kopitar with the assists and just racking up a lot of points. 400 assists for the LA Kings. Lucic is, my goodness, what a start to the season for the Kings. Hot early.
He's been playing unbelievable. You got maybe a little bit of a slower start than you like the first 5 or 10 games, but seems to have, slotted in nicely with Toffoli and Carter. And he's getting the points. He's doing very well in that, but it's the other things he's doing. It seems like he's comfortable again where he's finishing his checks. He's going to the front. He's causing havoc. Every shift, he seems to do something that you take notice. So the 3 of them right now are gelling as a line.
Seemed like every period was different here tonight. A lot of penalties in that second, but the Kings able to hold on in the third. Let's bring in Jim Fox for that. Foxy, what did you like the way the Kings were able to keep that 2-goal lead?
Well, Patrick, it starts with a penalty kill. I mean, they were so smart, the positioning of their sticks, taking away lanes, those types of things. But I really felt holding the 2-goal lead in the third period. Twice the Kings allowed outnumbered attacks, which, were because the forwards were too aggressive. But other than that, I thought they really shut it down and played with control. When that control factor comes through, the Kings are on their game. And the Kings are used to holding leads. They did it again tonight. In a penalty kill situation, puck dumped in. You have 2 defensemen working together. Martinez, Muzzin. And there's a lot of working together here, even though they're separated apart, because Muzzin has to stand up and take the body. That gives Martinez the chance to come across and get to the loose puck. But then 2 guys are aggressive. Even though you're killing a penalty, watch this. 2 defensemen will go behind the net. They don't care. They know they're going to have support. You have the 1 guy on the puck, and then you have Muzzin coming in behind. But watch Muzzin get body position. Watch him find the puck and get position, separation. It happens right there. Look at that. Now he has 2 guys on the wrong side. The puck is in his skates. He's going to be able to go the other way, and the puck comes all the way outside, and he does the job. Great job in the second period. Into the third period, the Kings trying to stand up. Look at the positioning. McNabb, but watch the support of, guess who, Kopitar. He's analyzing, he's figuring things out, but he knows he will get back through the middle of the ice to protect. But again, look at the entire Kings position. Look at the 5 men. That's 5 men connected right here. So Kopitar has middle position. Keep in mind, you're holding a lead. You have a 2-goal lead. McNabb comes across. He tries to get the check, misses. Well, look what happens. Safety valve. When you miss the check, Anze Kopitar is in the perfect position right there. Comes back through the middle. Actually holds on to the puck a little bit. The Kings finally end up getting the puck out of the zone. But just indications of how the Kings are thinking the game. They know they have the game under control. Make sure you don't make that big mistake. 5 men connected, you get the job done.
Hey, finding a way to get these points, very important. 7-point lead now in the Pacific. Heading on the road for 6, Jim.
Great stand, great home stand by
really
the Kings. And back to that kind of Kings hockey.
Yeah.
A little bit back and forth, but for the most part, no momentum swings to change things over. Control, the first word that comes to mind.
See you on the bird bright and early, Foxy. Thanks very much.
Let's go get them. We're on the road. Get some points.
Let's do it. Create that identity away from home. And as you Kings fans just wait and relax, we'll come back, bring some points back. First place. Again, we will hear from Anze Kopitar, Jonathan Quick, Daryl Sutter, and expecting Nick Shore to join us live. He is on the way, in fact. Stay right there. You know, the goalie, usually the best penalty killer. That's what I've heard. Jonathan Quick, another win. Kings perfect on the homestand, 4-0. 3-1 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. With Sean O'Donnell, Nick Shore joins us as well. Great win tonight. Great homestand. Incredible.
Yeah, it was a big win for us. I think, you know, we wanted to finish off this homestand with a win. We were able to do that tonight.
How are you feeling personally, Nick? It seems like as the season's going on, you played last year with the Kings, now you're up this year. It seems like confidence seems to be coming as you're getting some key situations. Daryl Sutter, penalty killing, overtime. Are you feeling it when you're out there?
Well, I think you get more confident just the more you play and the more situations you're put in. I think, you know, we did a great job tonight. Like you said, we had a couple penalties there in the second. We did a great job killing them off, and I think, you know, that starts with Quickie. He made a couple huge saves for us.
Yeah, for you on the PK and tonight, you guys took a ton of penalties, but perfect on the whole night. When it's really clicking for you, what makes the unit so good?
Well, like I said, I think it just starts with Quickie. You know, he made some huge saves there, really the whole game, but especially there in the second. And just from him, it just works out.
Mm-hmm. You had a point tonight, an assist. We're going to take a look at that right now. I think our producer has it all keyed up for us.
Oh, he does. So it makes him the best.
You can talk about that play. You got a real nice pass to Andrea. What did you see on that one?
Well, I think it started, Dewey made a nice play in the zone. He was able to hit me coming through the middle, and then, you know, Andy had a little bit of a step on the D there and was, you know, able to put it in.
And what do you like best about playing with the LA Kings?
Everything. I think, you know, it's a great group of guys.
I got him on that one.
You know, I'm still relatively new to the team, but at the same time, it's been really easy. You know, a lot of the guys help you out, and I think there's a lot of good guys on this team that you can look up to, so it's been good.
Yeah, and, you know, you got the mix of the young guys and the veterans. Who do you usually roll with on the road? We got a big road trip coming up.
Roll with?
Well, I'm asking all the questions. Don't just sit here and make fun of my questions.
Yeah.
My good, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely
see, he agrees
you have a group that, you know, you'll tend to go to dinner with a couple times on the road here, and like you said, we got a long one coming up, so we're looking forward to some of those.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, you're playing great. Keep it up.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Good luck on the road.
All right, there's Nick Shore. What do we have coming up? Jonathan Quick.
JQ.
Who was,
Isn't that what Muzzy called him? JQ.
That's what the kids call him. Let's hear from Mr. Quick.
It seemed like no one really had an off game this homestand, completing the 4-game sweep here at home. What's clicking for this club right now?
We're finding ways to win. You know, I know coming back that looking at this homestand, it was 4 really good hockey teams. You know, I think all 4 were playoff teams last year, and we weren't. So, you know, you got something to prove a little bit when you're playing against those types of teams, and you know, we're fortunate to get 8 points. So, you know, we're moving on. We got a big trip ahead of us, and, you know, so we gotta leave this in the past and get ready for the next one.
The defense was really keeping you guys in this game. You had some huge kills, especially on the 5-on-3. You know, what's impressing you the most right now about your D-men?
You know, they're sticking to the structure and the system. You know, obviously they got some guys that are really good around the net and creating chances for themselves. So it's trying to take away their, you know, what they want to do and make them do plays they don't want to do. We did that really well tonight, and you know, we made it difficult on them even getting into the zone and setting up. So, you know, when you do that, you get to kill time off the clock, and you know, they start getting a little frustrated and rushing a little bit, and you know, I think PK was the reason we won tonight.
There was some physical play in this one. Kyle Clifford behind the net, hit Victor Hedman, knocked him flat. I knew immediately there's going to be some retaliation. Hedman didn't like it at all. What'd you see on the Clifford hit, and then also what'd you think about the hit that Hedman laid out to?
Well, the hit on Clifford, and we're going to take a look at both of them, but the hit on Clifford behind the net was a good, clean hit. In fact, it was the Jumbotron, what they call it, the hit of the game. But you see Hedman not looking. Clifford, everything's clean. His feet stayed down. And later on, Hedman, at first I thought it was okay. But if you look at it real closely here, this is an obvious elbow. Look at that. I mean, without question, that's something the league's going to have to look at. Not only does it bring it up, brings it up a good 6 or 12 inches. And that's just something we don't need in the game. It's one thing if someone does something dirty to you guys, want to get it back. But it was a clean hit by Clifford behind the net. And it was obvious that Hedman had circled his number, wanted a little payback, and you just don't want to see that. You see an elbow in the head like that.
You're going to look at prior history.
They got to.
There's been some hits recently. One didn't get suspended, I believe, with the Rangers, and there was another one that got 1 game. So we'll see what happens here.
But this was the one with the Rangers was a late hit, but it was a clean hit. This one was a hit to the head. This is something they're trying to get away from the target to the hit to the head. There's accidental hits. There's times when your feet leave the ice with momentum. That you could see was deliberate. Yes, we slowed it down, so it looks a little worse than it was, but that was deliberate. It could have been a shoulder, but it was a deliberate lifting of that left arm. The elbow comes up, catches Clifford. We're just glad he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Quick break coming back. You saw we'll hear from Anze Kopitar. We'll also hear from Daryl Sutter. We'll look ahead to the big 6-game road trip for the LA Kings. Says, well, we got to get home and pack. We'll be right back. The Kings improved to 17-8-1, 35 points on the season. Anze Kopitar, big night, picks up his 400th career assist as a King. Spoke with our Alex Curry.
Anze, seems like everyone was on point this homestand, completing the sweep here at home. What impressed you most about tonight's game?
Well, I think, you know, I don't think we had the best of starts, but we stuck with it. Obviously, getting the first goal is very helpful, and something to obviously is the game plan going into the game. And then, you know, even that shorthanded goal that we gave up didn't discourage us. We came right back, scored again. So, you know, I think the response, you know, to maybe some adversity and, you know, little measures, it's, you know, I guess the response is very positive.
You had a big kill on that 5-on-3. Obviously, you don't want to take that many penalties, but what made the PK so successful later on?
Well, I mean, just, you know, trying to take the lanes away. Obviously, they have a couple of really skilled guys that can make some plays, but, you know, just try to take as much ice as you can and, you know, obviously knock the puck down. And, you know, usually when Quickie's on, it's obviously a little bit easier, and tonight that was the case.
Speaking of that, what do you think of his game tonight?
Well, it's like a broken tape. You know, everybody's talking about it. He's been great for us for the past 7 years he's been here, so, you know, there's really nothing new to say.
Yeah, let's follow up on Drew Doughty. Thank you very much, Alex, for that. This is our nightly push for the Norris, but I mean, he does so many things. I just say it all the time. If you got to come out and see this guy play. The
Only
best
31
defenseman in the
minutes
league.
tonight. That's it.
Is that
31. That was it.
And I'm sure he could probably play another 30. I mean, he's remarkable. You know, you played with him. It's great about talking to you all the time, Odie. Is like, you still play with a lot of these guys. You were his first partner in the NHL, and he just continues to get better. Well, what about this play?
Nice play by Alec Martinez right there. That is a very tough play to steal the puck from that guy behind the net. He's going behind the net. But all their D have been playing great. You see this right here. He's going by JT Brown. He's a fast guy.
This is the Martinez. Just want to point out we're showing
keeping everybody on their toes.
Yes, including
down,
me, apparently.
Martinez.
Yeah.
But all the D have been playing great. I mean, you look at Drew Doughty playing with McNabb. McNabb tonight was +3, 24 minutes of hockey, played a goal and assist. I mean, 3 hits. It doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, he plays with Drew, which helps a little bit. But like I've said all the time, when you play with Drew, you're playing against the other team's top line every night. So Braden McNabb with a real solid game tonight.
Yeah, well, this core is coming together. I mean, Martinez and Muzza, 2 points from McNabb, and of course Drew Doughty, and you got Ehrhoff and Bain. These guys are playing very, very well. But here's just breaking up a 2-on-1. These are important games of plays to win games.
Huge plays. I mean, that was before. I don't think there was no score in that game when Drew did that. And you know, yes, they won 3-1, but you got to remember time. You know, what was going on when that happened. It was a 0-0 game, and right there on the 5-on-3, a good stick. I mean, he just does so many things. He thinks the game well, and you always you hear about players, like on that 5-on-3, if he had a stick down, they don't try that, but it's kind of, you always hear on defense, it's give it and then take it away. So you lift your stick up, the guy thinks, oh my God, I have this passing lane, and then you take it away. And, you know, learning those little kind of things is what we talked about with Drew, where you teach him something once or he sees something once, and it's almost like a computer. He stores it, and then he uses it, he never forgets it again. So he's just an all-around heck of a defenseman. Played 31 minutes tonight, you know, against the top line, some huge kills in that 5-on-3 and 4-on-3, and just another studly performance.
Well, we see it. We all know. The team knows. The fans know. It's just these voters for the Norris Trophy need to know that breaking up 2-on-1s, the play versus Nashville, are as important as the points. We'll hear from head coach Daryl Sutter next. Will you watch our pregame shows when we're on the road?
I will. Yeah, I probably will.
Even though you're not on them, you're going to watch them?
Well, I watch the game. I don't specifically turn on for the pregame, but I watch the game, and I'll watch it a half an hour early. And the postgame.
Our Mazda marquee moment tonight, Natasha Taralbo. I hope I have her last name correct. She survived the San Bernardino shooting. While she was at a vigil for those who died, her house got broken into. They stole all her valuables and her Kings 99 jersey. She was on the news, made a comment like, who steals a Kings jersey? That's like stealing a motorcycle. Bailey found this all on Twitter, surprised her with tickets to the game, dinner, and a new 99 jersey. She was speechless. She was emotional. All of her buildings or belongings, are still in the building where she escaped from. Wallet, ID, FBI still investigating. But here we have the moment. And Alex Curry also interviewed her, and we're going to have more of this incredible story. Natasha, survivor, on our Kings Weekly this Thursday. Wow.
Great story. It's like we talked about the Children's Hospital, the adoptive family, Bailey going above and beyond to research this, doing all of this on his own. I mean, that's just a great feel-good story.
It really is. All right, looking forward to seeing that on Kings Weekly. Now we have the head coach of the Kings. Here he is, Daryl Sutter.
Spent a lot of time killing penalties. Obviously, our goaltender was awesome, and I think our penalty killing was outstanding. And I think those, the McNabb and Lucic goals were obviously crucial at crucial time, critical points of the game to be able to go up to.
You've taken another second game and back-to-back games. They just continue to do well in back-to-back games.
Well, everybody's schedule has 11 to 15 or whatever we have this year, so it's not back-to-backs aren't a big deal for NHL players unless there's a change of time zones or there's a 2 or 3 hour flight. That's where it factors in. It certainly didn't affect Tampa tonight, and it certainly didn't affect us.
Daryl, is there anything your team's doing better during this 4-game homestand that you weren't doing as well on the road trip just before?
Actually, we were better in the first game of the 4-game homestand than we were in the third and fourth games of the homestand.
But compared to the previous road trip, though, is there anything overall the team's doing better? Or
actually, we played pretty well on the road trip. So hopefully we can correct some of our mistakes from the last 2 games and have a good road trip now.
Kobe's milestone is pretty significant. What's your thought on it?
What was the milestone?
400th assist.
Oh, well, he's probably going to get 400 more, and then you're going to say it's really significant. Remember, I said that too, because it'll happen.
The penalties there, is it a product of the defense being aggressive and as well as the offense being aggressive, both sides of the puck?
The penalties?
Yeah.
Those all should have been announced as slow-moving violations. Every one of them. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Jeff.
See you in a couple weeks.
Slow-moving violations. I'm guessing he didn't like the calls. It's just a guess. Next opponent, Columbus Blue Jackets. Since Torts took over, Odie, I mean, a huge difference, and this will be third game in 4 days, right? This will be a tough game, I think, for the Kings.
It will be a tough game. Third game in 4 days. You're losing a couple hours and you fly to Columbus. You'll be on that flight. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
And they have been playing a lot more intense under Tortorella. They did come in here and win 3-2 back on November 5th. So the Kings will be looking to exact revenge. That first game on that road trip, yeah, they had a good homestand, but you want to set the pace on that first game. So expect a good game Tuesday night from the Kings.
It's a long trip. It's 6 games in 13 days. I tried to memorize all the games. I think I have it. I know it's Columbus and Pittsburgh. Oh, look, there it is. I don't even have to memorize it, but I had it. There's only one back-to-back, Pittsburgh-Buffalo. You'll be at Ottawa, where you're from, with your family. I hope to see you there. And then another 2 days off, then Montreal and then Toronto. What do you think of the full 6-gamer?
Well, you're going around and sweeping most of the East Coast teams. You have a couple that you've left out, but it's kind of nice to go on those trips and get most of them all done at one time. They only have one back-to-back. They go to Canada, they go through there, and then they come home and have a couple days off to San Jose, and then it's Christmas time. So I like what Darryl said about the team. They were only 500 in that last road trip, but he liked the way they played. And I think going back to the way the Kings have played on that road trip in this 4-game, I use the word solid. They haven't been perfect. They've had little dips, but for the most part, they've been solid, playing their Kings style. They had the second period against Pittsburgh where they gave up a little. The second period today was kind of a little back and forth, but when it came time in that third period, they really locked things down. So I think the word I'm going to use is solid. I think that's the way they're playing right now.
What small little town or village are you from in Ottawa? Are you listed in the phone book, like White Pages? Will I find you there?
It's in Canada, right where the rink is. Right when everyone says, why did they build the rink all the way out there? I'm the out there.
You're from, I thought you kept saying you're from Canada, but you're from...
People make that mistake all the time.
Canada?
Canada, Canada.
Canada, Canada. I'll be seeing you there, pal.
Maybe.
Does your cell work there? I'm going to call you.
Calling.
I'm going to call the O'Donnells. It's the apostrophes invading Canada. For Sean O'Donnell, Alex Curry, Jim Fox, our entire Kings crew, a successful homestand. Hey, we'll see you in a couple days on the road from Columbus. Good night. Good night, Gusto.